In the previous video, we saw about the ectotrophic mycorrhiza. Now we will study about endotrophic mycorrhiza. The fungi of endotrophic mycorrhiza invade the cells of the root cortex. Means that the mycorrhiza, which is endotrophic, it invade the cells of the root cortex with a portion lying externally as a loose mass of hyphae in the soil. Little bit of portion lies externally freely in the form of mass of hyphae in the soil. The endotrophic mycorrhiza are separated into two groups of the basis on the basis of the nature of the fungi. It is endotrophic mycorrhiza is divided into two groups on the basis of nature of the fungi. First one is those which produced by septate fungi belonging to Basidiomycotina and rarely to Deuteriomycotina. Second one is those which produced by aseptate fungi belonging to Zygomycotina. Now, kinds of endotrophic mycorrhiza is first one which will be produced by septate fungi which comes into Basidiomycotina. Second one is aseptate fungi which comes in the family of Zygomycotina. Now we will study about endotrophic mycorrhiza with septate fungi. Mycorrhizas which has septate fungi. These mycorrhizas are found in the families of Ericales, Orchidaceae and Genetiaceae. The orchids which are obligately dependent on mycorrhizal association for the germination and further development, either only for a part or the entire life, exemplify the importance of symbiotic mode of life. Means that the orchids which are obligately dependent on the mycorrhizal association for the germination and further development. This orchids family of the mycorrhizas depends on the association of the on the plants for germination and further development, either only for part or entire life. It will be of for few months, few years, or for entire life. Exemplify the importance of symbiotic mode of life. It exemplifies the importance of symbiotic mode of life. Seeds of orchids are typically minute and produced in enormous numbers. Means that seeds of orchids are very minute, very small, and produced in enormous number. These have undifferentiated small embryo and with little or no reserve food material. Its embryo which is small and undifferentiated and with little or no reserve food. There is no reserve food available in the seeds of the orchids. They require an exceptionally prolonged soaking in water 2 to 3 months for germination. For germination, these seeds need prolonged soaking. Before we plant the seed, they need soaking of water for 2 to 3 months. Only seeds with infected embryos can germinate. Only the infected embryos can germinate. The infection occurs through specific entrance cell in the suspensor when the embedded seeds rupture. When the seeds rupture, the from suspensor, the infection gets into the seed. There is a specific way to enter the infection into the seed. Growth and cell division is dependent on external source of carbohydrate which is supplied by the fungus. The growth and cell division is all dependent on the carbohydrate which is supplied by the fungus. The fungus supplies the carbohydrate to the plant which helps in the growth and cell division. which is totally external source. This supply of carbohydrate continues until the orchids form their own leaves and become autotrophic. The fungus continuously supplies the carbohydrate which is needed by the plant to grow and for the development of the plants. Some orchids, however, remain dependent on the fungus for the entire life, even when they attain large bushy size. Some of the orchids also depend for the entire life on the fungus for the carbohydrate from which they grow. The symbiosis exemplified by the orchids, which after sometimes become independent, is called phase separation symbiosis. If the symbiosis is for a particular time, means that after a year, 2 year, or after few months, the plants become free from the fungus, then that process, that phase is called phase separation symbiosis. In that, the plant become independent, it does not take help of the fungus for the supplement of carbohydrate. As soon as the orchids become an independent photosynthetic unit, the carbohydrate diffusion gradient is reserved, and the orchids when the orchids become independent, the carbohydrate which was supplied by the fungus in the form of food is now get reserved, and orchids start supplying food at least partly to the fungus. Here is the diagram showing phase separation symbiosis in orchids. In protocorm, this is the protocorm phase, the orchid receive carbohydrate from the fungus. In autotrophic phase, it pays off, means that here it receives, in protocorm phase, it receives the carbohydrate. This is the carbohydrate receiving by the plant, and here is pays off the carbohydrate to the fungus.